Like, subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos from PHN Learn. For more videos, download our app from the Play Store.
Hello guys, welcome to PHN Technology Private Limited. In today's session, we are going to learn about pointers. Now, these pointers are a very basic and very important feature of your C programming language. Okay. Now, the moment you heard a pointer, this word, every time remember that this word, that is the pointer word, is something or the other way is concerned with your addresses. Which addresses? Your memory addresses. Okay. Now, how they are connected and what basically is, we will see in this session. Firstly, let's take an example. Now, here I have a classroom and there are many students. Now, the teacher came and the teacher called Jim because she was the class teacher and she was knowing the name of the all students. So, she directly called Jim and she told him to give her a pen. Now, this was my first scenario. So, in this first scenario, what happened is the teacher was knowing the names and she was only concerned by the pen only. That means she was only concerned with Jim. So, she directly came and she directly called Jim and the task was done. But now, let's consider in my second scenario, the teacher came and now what changed is in the that is the first row, second column. There is a girl sitting over there. So what happened? The teacher, that girl is a newcomer. That girl name the teacher doesn't know. Now what she wants is, she wants to change the place of that girl with Jim. So now what if she doesn't know the name of that girl, then what will she do? She will directly give her the address where she has to go. That means she will directly say that go to the second row, third column in the place of Jim, and Jim will replace the place with that girl. Right? So in this scenario, what happened is the teacher was concerned with their places. She wants to interchange the place. Right? So in the first scenario, what happened is, in the first scenario, she was only concerned with Jim. She directly called him and the task was done. But in the second case, she needed the help of their addresses. Means she needed the help because she wanted to change the place and she wasn't knowing the name of the newcomer. Therefore, she needed the help of the addresses. Right? So in C programming also, what happens if you are only concerned with the values, means in one variable you have stored a particular value and in the whole program you are concerned with those values only, then you can directly call the variable and you can work with it, right? But in some, let's say in swipe the numbers in which are in a function, using a function. Now here what you want to directly swipe the numbers, but in the physical memory. Let's say here you have A variable and B variable. A variable value is 20, B variable value is 10. Now you want to swipe the numbers for sure. Swiping the numbers means what? Swiping the values. But with those values you want to change their addresses also. In the physical memory you want to swipe the value. Right? Then here what will the concept come? Here the addresses concept came. You want to play with the addresses of that particular value because from the physical memory also you want to swipe the values. Right? Then here what will you do? Here you will change the address. You will specify the address and directly give that value in that particular address. Now, wherever you want this address concept, you want to play with the addresses of a particular variable, of a particular value, then there comes the concept of pointers. This can be done using your pointers because pointers is nothing but pointers give the addresses of a particular value, of a particular variable to you. So let us consider, like here I have a variable that is A. Okay. Now A is equal to 10. Now if you want to know the address where this A is stored in your memory, physical memory, then what you will use? You will use pointer. So now pointer is what? Pointer is nothing but a derived data type. In data types we have learned, right, that pointers, structures, arrays, these are what? These are your derived data types. So pointer is nothing but a derived data type which can give the addresses of all. Addresses of all. Now this pointer doesn't have any restrictions. Like you can work with only arrays, you can work with only similar types of data types, and you cannot work with different data types, right? Here there isn't any restrictions. You can work with every data types. Array, structures, int, float, char, everything. Because every data type, every value has its own addresses, right? And this pointers gives me what? Addresses. So here, therefore, there is no restrictions in pointers. Okay. Now, how these pointers are implemented and how these pointers work through my C programming language, let's see through this code. Okay. So here I have a, let's say, variable n is equal to 20. I have specified it, and then I have specified pointer p. Now p stores the address of n. So printf the address of n is equal to %d. Here I will print p, and first let's write the code and then I will explain you how is it done. Okay, and here the value of p, the value of n, sorry, is equal to %d. That is, here I will give star p. Let's first run this code and see what is my output. See, the address of n is this. The address of n is this, whereas the value of n is 20. Right? Now, how the program is working? Let's see let's see in detail. Okay. Now, in first, I have a block and there the n value is stored. That is, n value is equal to 20, right? So 20 is stored, and that particular block will have a particular address, right? So let's say 1001 is that address. Now in p, what is storing? What is getting stored? P is equal to %n, means the address of n is getting stored in my p variable. Right? The address of n is getting stored in my p variable because we know that m% is used to store the value of the particular variable. Right? So that's what it is happening. We are very familiar with m% because we have used this in my scanf statement. So that p is equal to m%n, that is very clear, right? So now this is the process. So from n value 20, then that particular value will have a particular address, and now that address is getting stored in my p, and now that block will also have a particular address, right? Every block, every memory in my physical memory, whatever getting stored, every variable will have a particular address. That's for sure, right? So now let's consider this block have a memory of 2001. Now what star PTR does is, star PTR means it will firstly star means what? Dereference of pointer. Star is a unary operator that is known as dereference of a pointer. Okay. Now what star does is, firstly it will read the value of p. Firstly it will read the value of p. Okay. Now let's consider that you have a stack of, here you have a memory, that means multiple blocks. You have a multiple blocks over here. Now in those multiple blocks, somewhere there is store of p value also, and somewhere there is a store of n value also. Now star is given to which variable? P variable, right? So firstly star will find the value of p. Star will find the value of p. It will read the value of p. and we know that the value whatever is stored in my p variable, what is this value? It is the address of my n variable. It is the address of my n variable, right? So it will first, star will first read the value and then it will find the value in the complete memory. That is, it will find that particular address. It will find that particular address because star knows that whatever the value is given to p, it is the address of something. That is what the pointer concept is. It is the address of something, therefore it will find it in my complete block, and the moment it will give me, it will give it, that is the answer of star ptr. And what is the value in that address? 20, and that's what it is printing, the value of n, that is star ptr. Right, so this is how your star works and this is how your pointer works. So through this example we are getting a clear idea what that is star. Whatever the value, see, whatever the value will be of the star means, let's say star was given to p. So firstly it will find the p variable, and the moment it is getting p variable, it will read the value of it. It will read the value of p variable and then it will find it in my memory, the value of p variable. And while finding the value, he knows that that value, particular value is nothing but my address only, and that's why it will go to find the address, and the moment it will get it, it will give me the value of that particular address. It is bit confusing, but this is how you are going to work. So this is how your pointer works, and this is how what is your pointer is. Okay, so this was all about what is your pointer, and in the next session we are going to see how the pointer works and how we can work with those pointers, and what are the different types, how we can play with your pointers too. Okay, so this was all about today's sessions. For now, thank you and goodbye.
For more videos, download our app from the Play Store.